Alrighty, there's a couple things I could be doing right now. It's like 3 o'clock. Firstly, I could be checking how to better utilize my new microphones that I'm not yet comfortable using because it just feels a bit muffled when I use them. And I think I have to change the decibels on the camera in order to optimize the sound quality. That's one thing. I could be working on my day job. That's another thing. It just doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better. I could be doing laundry, which is what I'm going to get into next after I finish filming this. But instead of doing all those things, instead I'm recording a video, which is also sort of essential to my creativity and way of thinking, the path forward. Let's see. Day 3 of a fast. Day 2 of the Prolon fasting mimicking diet. You're about to see some changes. It's going to be all in all 6 days of fasting, 5 days of the fasting mimicking diet. I can honestly take this entire video clip thing to spend talking about Prolon and how awesome it is. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Water fasting is not a thing I have yet to master. I've only done one 3-day water fast in my life, and it was difficult. I experienced a significant dip in energy, and I become very irritable. It becomes difficult to move, and I just don't really have the desire to do anything. Now, I am comfortable doing, let's say, a 36 to, God forbid, a 48-hour water fast, which would be a day and a half or 2 days of doing nothing but water, maybe some coffee. And on the second day of a water fast, I still struggle with having an adequate amount of energy, etc., etc. I came across, there's this one Dr. Peter Attia. He's in like the same world as Andrew Huberman, Lane Norton, and there's this other guy that I'm forgetting the name of. But they're in that field of, really breaking down the science of nutrition and anti-aging methods and shit like that. Anyway, many years ago, Peter Attia was a fan of doing once a month, 3-day water fast, and then every quarter, which means 4 times a year, he would do a 7 to 10 day water fast. 4 times a year, and then every other month, he's doing a 3-day water fast. I know of other people that do 7 to 10 day water fast maybe once a year, like Tim Ferriss. Another guy, I can't remember the name of, he's like a billionaire. He has the business of Quest bars and protein shakes and stuff like that. He does a 7 to 10 day water fast as well. Tom Bilyeu, yeah. So all these people, it's all right. I guess it's the awareness that you have the ability to do a 7 to 10 day water fast. That's what's bugging me. Because when I get to day 3 of a water fast, I'm just thinking, how are these motherfuckers that I have the knowledge of, how are they doing this? How are they going past this 3rd day into the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th day of like consuming nothing but water? I don't get it. And because of that, it just makes me want to challenge myself and get that done. I always break. I always break because it's easy for me to logicalize myself into eating. Let's say on day 3 of a fast, where I'm like just feeling really hungry and low energy, and I have all this mountain of work to do, because the mountain of work never gets smaller, it only gets bigger. And as a result, I feel that my cortisol levels increase, and the only thing that I can come up with to address the anxiety and the stress and the irritability that is occurring inside my body is to eat. And I don't know, it's curious. I imagine that the day that I actually do achieve, for me, let's start with like a little landmark of like, let's say a 5-day water fast. The day that I actually achieve that, I do imagine being in an environment or a place in my life where those 5 days are extremely stress-free. Because I find that whenever I have the need to perform or interact with people, I become extremely aware of this depletion of energy as a result of not eating. So I don't know, like my imagination is like 5 days where I'm not working or I'm not working hard, and there's not much effort that's required so far as my daily routine or interactions with people are concerned. And that's how I see myself accomplishing at least a 5-day water fast. These other guys, the Tom Bilyeu's, the Tim Ferrisses, the Peter Attia's, I don't know how they're doing it. Maybe they're just built different. Maybe they're just built different. But segueing back over to the Prolon fasting mimicking diet, this was my first introduction into fasting back in 2021. And like I've said in past videos, it is my preferred method of fasting, since you are still allowed to eat calories throughout the day. It's an extreme restriction of calories, but you are still eating. And what I've noticed, like I said, this is day 2 of the Prolon fasting and day 3 of an overall fast. And I feel so different in comparison to having nothing in my stomach. My energy levels are higher. I'm less irritated. I don't feel as much anxiety. I feel like I have the strength and energy to work out and talk to people and interact in all the positive ways, and et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know, overall the benefits of Prolon, it kind of removes the cons of a water fast while still encouraging the benefits of fasting, which is autophagy, which is a cellular destruction of weak cells, anti-aging, fat loss, ketosis, all that wonderful health-related shit that comes along with fasting. So it's really the shit. Just to give, for anyone who's interested, this isn't necessarily like a Prolon review, but it's just something to talk about before I get back to working, I suppose. What's in the box? So you get 5 boxes, 1 for each day. The first day, on day 1, you get 900 calories, and it consists of little kale crackers, 2 little bars that are like protein and fat, more fat than protein, a little package of olives, choco bar. That's the best part of the entire day, is eating that little choco bar that's like 260 calories, and then 2 soup packets. 2 soup packets where it's like basically flavored dust that you put into a bowl, and you put water on it, and you put it in the microwave and microwave it for 3 minutes, and you eat that shit. That's what's left for me today on day 2, is the 2 little soup packets. They have like a little outline as to when you should eat each thing. Like, it's called the L nut bar, or the 2 packets of olives that I'm getting today. There's some fish oil capsules, shit like that. But yeah, little bit of a break. But overall, this is exciting for me because it brings me back into being lean again. I was already kind of lean before I got on it, but this will accelerate the process much quicker. I was talking to my roommate Bertrand earlier this morning, looking in the mirror. If I didn't know any better and I had never experienced lower levels of body fat, to me, what I see in the mirror today would be like the finished product. I would take a look at myself and go like, oh yeah, it's not going to get any better than this. This is the best that I can look. But since this is my 4th or 5th or 6th time around the rodeo of actually being on a cut and a caloric deficit, I know exactly that there are levels to this shit, and that, you know, I'm probably 60% complete, and I honestly haven't even hit 100% yet. So we are still going, and I don't know. You got to be obsessed with something. I guess that's kind of the overall theme of this kind of content that I'm creating. Be obsessed with something, or I don't know, die for nothing. But yeah, this is my healthy obsession until it becomes unhealthy, and at which point, who gives a fuck? All right. More thoughts to be shared at a later date. We are in the process. Talk to you soon. Like and subscribe. All the good stuff. Got a haircut.